Hello there, everybody. This is the Grandmaster Arcturus here for another episode of the Kingdom Hearts Let's Play series on behalf of the Kingdom Hearts Wiki. This time my guest is Nezzy from the KH Wiki. How are you doing today, sir?
I am doing quite good. I am eager for Kingdom Hearts stuff.
Yeah, today we're picking up right where we left off last week. Basically, we just saw that we just got defeated by Leon fairly easily. I mean, I tried my best to defeat him here in Traverse Town, but alas, he overcame me.
It is tough stuff.
Yuffie, go!
Yuffie!
It always struck me as weird during this scene how they went from text to voice without warning.
Yeah, I've had other commentators when I've done this game on another separate LP on my own personal channel. They've said the same thing. It's kind of jarring.
It is very jarring.
That is kind of I guess made better in the next game, if only because it was the next game is Chain of Memories, and that was originally Chain of Memories on the GBA.
Which had no voices.
Yeah, so in order to save money with the remake with Rechain, they the only time they added voices was during the hallway cutscenes. Yeah, the hallway cutscenes between floors. So you're not it's not as jarring because the entire time in each world you're only getting text box cutscenes. So it's not as like a sudden shift when you go to the next floor, because it's like you expect an actual cutscene to start.
There are really only two worlds where it breaks that rule, and it's for characters that speak also during the in-between floors.
Yes, and that actually, I don't think that happens. I think that's only happens it's like toward the end of the game. So
right.
When you're getting when it's becoming more of a huge story dump.
Yeah, it's only for Zexion, Naminé, and Ansem. Arlusha and Axel.
Yeah, and and it happens because the worlds that happens on are more plot relevant than the floors you are at than the floors you go to throughout the rest of the story.
Right. Basically, they saved a lot on voice actors.
Oh yes, they did. Especially since they weren't. I guess I don't think they were expecting that game to be as popular as it was. Granted that they obviously weren't seeing how many people would be importing it from America back when it was on the PS2. Even since they didn't expect that a lot of people to do that, because that would mean you'd have to have either a Japanese PS2 or a mod-chipped normal PS2. And they didn't expect many people would go that far to play the game. They were wrong, though. They were
although
wrong.
At that point, it was still part of the Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix package.
Yeah, but still, they were wrong when they didn't expect it to be imported as much as it was, because from what I understand, it still got imported quite a bit.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're just going through Traverse Town, trying to get to the 3rd District so we can meet up with our compatriots who are waiting for us over there. Well, I guess I shouldn't say compatriots quite yet. We've already seen who they are. It's just they haven't joined up with Sora quite yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be meeting up with Donald and Goofy over here. Of course, you saw that Donald got flattened by the door just earlier.
That was a nice scene. It has some good moments with Donald and Goofy in Traverse Town.
Gosh,
like where Donald moves the camera.
Guys?
Let's go get him, Goofy!
You know, I was just watching, I just watched Cyberman65, another YouTuber, has already uploaded the entire English version of the Recoded movie, and I watched all 3 hours of that last night, and I was like, that's actually brought some more questions up than I had expected it to bring up.
Yeah, I watched, let's see, who was it? It might have been, Emiru. He's another, I also watched Cyberman, but Emiru is also a pretty big Kingdom Hearts player. And I believe he uploaded, the recoded movie. It was the Japanese one, but with English subtitles.
Yeah, Cyberman did the English one. I'm guessing he's got the collector's edition already, so that's how he was already able to upload it.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
I still have to watch that.
Yeah, I had never seen Recoded, much less played it. So, even though I own it. So
I did play through Recoded, and there were definitely a surprising amount of new scenes, like plot important scenes.
And from what I understand, the final scene in the movie is actually brand new to Recoded.
Yeah, there was an extra ending movie, like an extra secret ending. Although
yeah, it
it's
was like
not really
it was only
plays anyway.
yeah, it was only 4 minutes long, but it kind of led directly into 3D. But anyways, we're fighting guard armor here. Although in my other personal LP of this game, it's for the Something Awful forum. It's been referred to as Gundam armor. I mean, given the color scheme and the fact that it's made of metal, I can see the resemblance.
Do you still call it that for the non-final mix coloring?
No, because the non-final mix coloring is purple. It doesn't look as much like a Gundam. I mean, you could, if it was redder, you could call it. You could almost say it'd be the Epion armor. But as it is right now, it looks more like it has almost the exact same color scheme as the Winged Gundam. Or the Shining Gundam if you're a G Gundam fan.
I wonder if when people were playing this boss battle for the first time, they noticed the upside-down Heartless symbol on the back.
I did not. Actually, I never did. Until I got to Opposite Armor.
Yeah.
Which we will be getting to later. Which is basically this guy turned upside down.
Yeah, it's kind of like, if you don't already know, it's kind of dropped on you. Oh boy, this guy turns upside down. I really like the fact that in this battle, Donald already has cure. And
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Really?
Nope.
I thought I saw...
No, he had potions. They come equipped with potions.
Never mind that.
But there is one spell he should have that because if you remember at the very beginning of the game when he and Goofy are still in at Disney Castle,
they too have been seeking the wielder of the
Keyblade. He uses thunder out of combat.
Yeah, on a sleeping Goofy, which would make you think he should already have it.
Riku and Kairi.
Of course.
Because usually plot, it's usually gameplay follows plot, not the other, and they're not separated. Usually if something happens in the plot, usually it's reflected
Sora,
in gameplay.
Go with them.
Right.
Especially if you want to find your friends.
That reminds me, one of the really awesome things I saw in the recoded, like the cinematic, is that this is really the first time we get to see gameplay style combat in a cutscene.
Yeah,
yes.
Look funny.
Especially in the second half of Hollow Bastion. We see Sora fighting Data Sora fighting the bug blocks, and he does it like just as you would fight in normal gameplay.
Yeah, it was as if they had recorded, they had made a macro of someone fighting. And just let that macro play.
And it looks great like that.
Okay, why not?
It's really cool.
I'll go with you guys.
Which
Goofy.
yeah, because I mean, there's a part of Recoded during a combat scene where you actually see him use Strike Raid.
Yeah.
Which is Strike Raid in Coded?
It's in Recoded. Yeah, it's one of the commands, and it's got a bunch of variations.
Yeah, like they do now.
Yeah.
But it does now. But anyways, that's
down that heartless.
I was kind of impressed. I saw that. I was like, well, wait, he just used Strike Raid. Though I also happened to think, well, when he was fighting, he's like, well, he's not using any combo plus abilities, that's for sure. Because I mean, he was doing 3-hit combos, and I was like, well, that could be it could be a little more impressive if he was had a combo plus equipped.
By the look of them. You're no prize yourself.
If he had used some advanced commands, that would be pretty cool.
Shut up! Enough! The key.
You know, a lot of video walkthroughs of this game, especially for like this scene, it's just so the contrast is terrible, so you can't see anybody.
Could be quite useful.
Yeah, I noticed that a lot with the when people were doing it from the PS2, but I mean, it's not as bad now with the remixes because even in 720p, which is basically the highest I can record at because well, PS3 and HDCP, which is the PS3 is infamous for.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't look. It's kind of easier to notice a lot of things that were harder to notice back in the day.
Yeah. Like there were a lot of problems with people doing the recordings from the PS2, especially when they started, stretching it out to fit the widescreen. Mm-hmm. And then the patches that some people ended up using for like final mixes that did not make it any better at all.
Yeah. There's now those rewards we just got from the that money reward we got from Aerith just now. I think that's actually increased if you defeat Leon. If I'm not mistaken, you get 1,000 if you defeat Leon, 500 if you lose to him, and also if you defeat Leon, Leon gives you a elixir.
That's awesome. I did not notice that.
Yeah, so I unfortunately did not get my elixir or my extra 500 money. Not that it matters. I don't really have any. There's not really too much to spend it on right now. I think the only thing I actually go and get is a couple of ethers, and that's because we're going to Wonderland next, and there's a couple of flowers that give items if you give them ethers.
That's true.
So
that's one of the weird. Wonderland's got a bunch of weird mechanics. That's one of them.
Yeah. So it's kind of now I think I may have mentioned this already in the thing in the last episode. But I will be, if I haven't, I'm going to mention it now. I will be skipping picking up any treasure chests, if only because
Does that mean that you're just gonna avoid chests, or you're gonna do it off screen?
Well, I'm avoiding them for the moment.
Okay.
I'm just avoiding them from the moment because basically what I'm trying to do is trying to get to Neverland as quickly as possible because of the free items you get from the clock tower.
Yeah.
Which, the earlier you get there, the better, the more stuff you can get before you have to start waiting again. Because
I was wondering, I knew that there were a lot of, like chests, but I did not, a lot of items, but I never understood the mechanic behind it.
No, what do you mean?
Like, I always thought that it had something to do with, the time on the clock. Like
you mean at the clock tower?
Yeah.
Basically, the way that works is it corresponds to your game clock. So, the hour that is listed on your game clock will be reflected on the clock tower up until 12, and then it just restarts, and you have to basically subtract 12 for the second set of 12 hours to know which item you're at, And then for the third set of 12 hours, you have to subtract 24, and basically you just go, it goes on and on like that.
Wow.
So it goes, you subtract 12 the first time, 24 the second time, 36 the third time, 48 the fourth time, and you just keep going like that, and you'll eventually be able to. Usually, you should have gotten all the items by I think the second go around. But if you do end up missing it, just basically subtract. You multiply. I think you multiply 12 times however many go rounds you're at. Like if 3 for the third go round, so you subtract 36 hours. 4 for the. It becomes just 12, 24, 36, 48, and so on and so forth. And that's how you figure out which item you're at, and therefore which window will be open. It's not that it's a lot harder to explain than it really is to figure out, and that's why it'll be easier when I show it off.
Yeah, probably.
And it also doesn't help that I really suck at explaining things through commentary. I do better showing than I do telling.
Alright, well, we'll see when we get there.
Yeah.
Are you going to be spending a lot of time, like, working with the gummy roots?
Not planning on it at the moment. I mean, what I'll probably do is show off, I know the missions have been added to the final mix of this, so what I was planning on doing is just showing off like one of them, just so you can show what it is like to do a gummy mission, because they're all pretty much the same after the first one, and it just becomes really dull and irritating after that.
Mm-hmm.
They're much better in the second game, much better.
Yeah,
because it becomes more like it's Star Fox-esque in the second game.
Yeah.
And so it's just kind of dull. So I'll probably just show off one gummy ship mission in here. But for going between each world, the first time I go to it, I will. Now that I've shown off what it's like to go through the world, I'll basically just be. Now that I've shown what it's like to go from world to world, I'll be speeding up the footage. Once I have the, it'll just be. So I'll just be speeding up the footage from world to world instead of it'll go just like twice as. The footage will just be like twice as fast. Is what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah.
And then once I have the warp gummy, then I won't even be bothering to show the routes. Except, as long as I've already been to the world, of course.
Yeah. I feel like Kingdom Hearts 1
How did he get so small?
had a lot of rough edges for like mini games and stuff that got sorted out in later games.
Yeah, it did. It really did. And then there was also the part of Deep Jungle, which is the next world we're going to be going to, being platforming heavy, and Kingdom Hearts wasn't built for that.
Why don't you try the bottle?
So it's kind of weird.
Yeah. Yeah, learned some hard lessons doing that.
And it seems the doorknob wants us to drink the potion that's right there. First, you always want to take care of that bed first, because you can't take care of it once you shrink. But take care of that bed so you can actually progress to the next part of the story. We actually have a new enemy type here that we run into. We'll actually run into a couple new ones. The first one we run into is right over there. It's the Red Nocturne.
Yeah. The first of a huge family. Yep.
I think we actually run into all of the music theory related Heartless in this world.
Let's see. There are 3 of them in this game. Wait, no.
No, there's the red
this
Nocturne.
is Final Mix, so there's one that does not.
Yeah, there's a Final Mix exclusive one, but I will be showing off. I don't know if I've mentioned this either. I will be showing off all the Final Mix exclusive Heartless in their own video, if only because it's a pain in the butt to because some of them are kind of random when they show up. They're not always 100% going to.
Yeah.
So it's easier.
You don't want to try to force them in along the way.
Yeah, so they'll be shown off all in their own video. But as for the normal ones, we have the Red Nocturne, the Yellow Opera, the Green Requiem, and the Blue Rhapsody.
Yep.
And I think all 4 of them actually show up in this world. Wait, no, I take that back. The Green Requiem is the only one that doesn't. And actually, you could have already run into it. If you, if after you defeat Guard Armor, you stick around in Traverse Town, you can go around the different areas and get into random battles, and the Green Requiems will show up already.
You may be queen, but I'm afraid that doesn't give you the right to be so mean.
As well as one of other Heartless that we'll be running into here.
Hey guys,
and that is the large body. The large body you could have also run into already.
We're outsiders, so wouldn't that be muddling? Oh yeah, and that's against the rules.
This is a wonderful set piece going on in this scene.
The defendant guilty as charged for the crime.
I don't remember the Alice in Wonderland movie, but I don't remember this box.
Oh please,
hold it right there.
Who are you?
No, I don't think they. I think it was actually a little more.
Excuse
a little
me, but we know
bigger and a little more
is.
grand than just this simple little square area.
Anyway, she's not the one you're looking for.
That's nonsense. Have you any proof?
I like how the Queen asks, "Do you have any proof?" Well, other than the fact that humans don't normally steal hearts unless they're sadistic serial killers.
Well, to be fair, this is Wonderland. You never know.
Yeah, but Alice, she's a simple girl. I don't think she does that. Not to mention she's a princess of heart. Not that that's come up yet, but still, she's just not. This is not in her character type or archetype.
Yeah. And this guy.
Yep. I did notice that this guy, the first time he's actually gotten a voice line was in the Recoded movie.
Yeah.
The first time the Cheshire Cat ever got voiced lines in the Kingdom Hearts series was in the Recoded movie that just came out with 2.5 remix, and he sounds exactly like Winnie the Pooh. I guess it's because they're using the same voice actor for both. But still, I would have expected the guy to try a little harder to differentiate them. Because it's like, am I hearing a drunk Pooh or a high Pooh? What am I hearing?
That sounds pretty close, actually.
Well, I know.
I still haven't
given
seen
the nature of Wonderland, yeah.
I still haven't seen the English movie, but in the Japanese version, he uses a lot of meowing puns, which makes sense for a Japanese conversation or context. But the funny thing in that scene is that Sora accidentally starts using them too.
Yeah, that didn't happen in the English one.
No, it doesn't translate it as well because in Japanese you can add syllables as like a verbal tick, but that doesn't really work in English.
No, I suppose it wouldn't.
But it's pretty funny.
I'll have to watch
Sora starts meowing at the ends of his sentences.
Yeah, I'll have to watch the Japanese one just to see it. It's unfortunate they don't offer dual audio dialogue for the English movie.
Yeah.
Because that'd make it. I would like to see it just for reference.
So all these flowers are dropping pretty random stuff, like items.
Yeah, because like they'll ask for an ether and they'll give you they'll ask for an ether, which refills MP, and you'll get like a potion-related item, which refills your HP.
Yeah. Well, you just gave one a potion, and it got you a high potion.
Oh, okay. Oh wait. I was mistaken. I thought that's what it did, but I was mistaken. I don't think it actually does that. I think if you give it an ether, it will drop HP balls, but it won't necessarily give you a potion-related item. And then sometimes it's just random, and it just does whatever it wants. See here, we give it an ether, it gives us HP balls, and then it gives us a camping set as well.
Yeah, you got a camping set earlier.
Okay, yes. So it gives you some. As random as it is, it gives you some really good. They are some pretty decent items for this, especially for this early in the game. Because we only have like 3 MP, and that camping set refills 30 HP and 3 MP. So you can pretty much, it's pretty much a tent for this early in the game, or what would be a tent in Final Fantasy, because that gives you, because a tent in Final Fantasy usually refills your HP completely, or refills everything completely.
I wonder if anyone's actually tried to go through this segment without getting any of the evidence.
I don't know, like is that possible?
You can go back early before you get all pieces of evidence. If you do that, then you won't get Blizzard until after the boss battle.
Yeah, but I don't... will the cards let you even try to present without any evidence?
I don't know. But
I've never tried.
But if you can do it with 3, then I can't see why they wouldn't let you do it with 2 or 1 or maybe 0.
Yeah, you can definitely do it with as many as you want, as long as it's more than 0. But I don't know if it's actually possible to do it with 0. I've never actually tried. It would be interesting if you could.
Yeah.
Because then you'd be guaranteed to get the bad ending of that little conversation piece.
Which doesn't actually matter all that much in the end.
Well, normally it wouldn't, but this is proud mode difficulty. So I'll take all the help I can get, even if it's from Goofy or Goofy and Donald in the battle that comes right after that. Because as weak as they are, they definitely make good meat shields for when I'm doing the part that really matters in that battle.
Right. Yeah, because you don't want to be distracted.
That, and you don't want the cards attacking you. You want the cards focusing on Goofy and Donald. Because if they're focusing on you, you're probably gonna die pretty easily, especially on proud mode. Which has happened to me on more than one occasion.
There's another thing I've wondered. Most of the walkthroughs I've seen that get all pieces of evidence, they always end on the one in this room. So
you mean the one I just got?
Yeah. So we end up with the cutscene with the cat on the faucet.
That always happens, no matter whether you get it. That cutscene happens there, no matter whether you get the one I specifically got last or whether you get it first.
So you always get like transported to that spot?
Well, no. If that the entrance I took to get there always leads to that area. Like when you saw me jump across the plants and then go to that exit in the sorry about that. In the forest.
Mm-hmm.
It will always lead to that little area, and whether you get that specific piece of evidence first or last, you'll still get that cutscene there. It's that specific piece of evidence that triggers that cutscene.
Alright, so is the conversation always the same?
Yes. And I know it says that you have to get all 4 to get Blizzard, but you don't. You can get just that one, and you'll still get Blizzard right there before the boss battle.
Wow. Alrighty then.
So it's kind of misleading for the game to tell you need to get all 4 to get Blizzard, when you really don't.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, though, you probably still want to get all 4 because they're easy to find, and you'll need the and you want to get the best advantage you can to prevent Donald and Goofy from getting locked up.
Right.
Because if I had chosen one of the packages that wasn't the Heartless, either Donald or Goofy would have been locked up, or possibly both of them, and it would have made it incredibly difficult to do this battle. Because the first thing if that happens, the first thing you want to do is get them free, because by destroying the cage that they're in. And while you're doing that, the cards are of course coming after you to attack you, and for my low level that I'm at right now, they do a significant amount of damage.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Yeah, most people would probably not be here at level 7. They'd probably be here at around level 12, I would guess, between 12 and 15. And I'm like level 7, so that's like fairly low level for this part.
Alright, the first half of this world is over.
Yep. Next week we'll be coming back and doing some more with Wonderland, and we'll be pretty much finishing up Wonderland next week. So until then, thanks for watching.
Yeah.
This has been the Grandmaster I'm sorry. This has been the Grandmaster Arcturus signing off on behalf of the Kingdom Hearts Wiki. And if you're interested, I do have some other awesome LP. I have another awesome LP over on my personal channel for X-Men Legends. You can go check that out over at the Grandmaster Arcturus, and I will put a link to that in the description. And thank you, Nezzy, for joining me today.
No problem. And please check out Kingdom Hearts Wiki and the Keyhole for all things Kingdom Hearts.
All right, see you next week.
See ya.